Hi, this is Frank Taylor with Nature at Your Door, and I'm standing here in a field with milkweed pods in late October in the Appalachian Mountains. This episode is about an amazing historical story about milkweed and how milkweed saved lives in World War II with the help of children all across the United States. You probably know milkweed bast as a food for monarch, and I've done a number of different episodes about milkweed and the monarch butterflies and how milkweed is critical for the endangered migration phenomena. Well, in World War II, between 1941 and 1945, milkweed was critical in saving lives, and kids helped. Stay tuned to hear this amazing story about milkweed and soldiers in World War II. Right here in your backyard. You never know what you're going to find. So I need to take you back to 1940, 1941, after the invasion of Pearl Harbor and Japan spreading across the South Pacific, taking over islands and expanding its control. Some of the islands were the source of a tree called Ceiba tree that produced a fruit that yielded fibers called kapok. And kapok was the main material used to stuff life vests at that time. This was all before plastics and synthetic products and stuff, and natural products like this were used very frequently. With the source of kapok suddenly cut off, the U.S. Navy sent out requests for proposals for what they could use to stuff hundreds and hundreds of thousands of life vests to make them buoyant, since we no longer had access to kapok. There was a gentleman by the name of Boris Berkman who lived in Michigan, in the heart of milkweed country, and he had already filed about a dozen or so patents on things you could use and make and products that could be produced from the natural fibers in milkweed. Now, I do need to point out that the indigenous peoples of the Americas, the Native Americans, were quite well aware of the fibers that could be produced from this natural product from milkweed, and they made string and ropes and even cloth with the milkweed fibers. So Berkman went to the Navy, and they got together and did some research, and they found out that the floss on these seeds that are normally used to carry the seed to faraway places and spread milkweed plants carried by the wind was in fact 6 times lighter than wool. It was buoyant, it was waterproof, it was 6 times as buoyant as cork. It was a perfect fiber to put into life vests. It was determined that it took between 1,200 and 1,600 milkweed pods to get enough fluff together and process it to make a single life vest. So that came out to be about 2 20-pound bags of milkweed pods. So where do the kids come in this? There wasn't enough time to commercially grow, produce, and harvest milkweed pods. And most of the men and women that weren't actually fighting the war were at home in jobs supporting the war effort. So that left kids. And milkweed, of course, couldn't be commercially harvested with existing equipment because milkweed grew scattered all over the place. It grew along fence rows, it grew in patches, it grew on forest edges, it grew in clearings and in the edges of meadows. So the idea came up to have kids go out and enlist children to go out and collect milkweed pods every fall. It was determined it would take about 2 million pounds of milkweed pods to make 100,000 life vests. And the kids went out and they made a heroic effort to collect these milkweed pods. 20-pound mesh bags were mass-produced to hand out to kids in schools and 4-H clubs and school classrooms and school organizations and children's organizations went out and collected milkweed pods every fall during World War II. It would take 1,200 to 1,600 milkweed pods to fill these two 20-pound bags. Kids would be paid in some places 15 to 20 cents for every bag they collected, and in other places they did it just to volunteer for the effort. In some cities, for example in Pittsburgh with the Daily Telegraph, they offered a $500 prize for the group that would collect the most milkweed pods. Once these bags were collected, the kids were instructed to put them outside to dry for between 2 weeks and 5 weeks, and then there were collection sites set up, and they were brought to a gin or a mill in Michigan that Dr. Berkman had created and patented, and the milkweed floss was removed from the milkweed pods and cleaned and ready to be supplied for the life vests. It's estimated by the end of the war that the kids probably collected between 20 million and 30 million pounds of milkweed pods. In researching this history, I was fascinated by articles entitled "A Weed Goes to War," government slogans, "2 bags save 1 life," "Don't let our sailors sink," "School children of America, help save your fathers, brothers, neighbors by collecting milkweed pods." And there are cartoons and magazines produced to show kids exactly the procedures, which pods to collect, what to do with them after you collected them. So it's really just fascinating to me that this floss from the milkweed pods played such a crucial and vital role in saving lives during World War II, and it was all back on kids to collect this stuff and make this happen. Well, I hope you found this history, this story as interesting as I did. And remember, if you like what I do on this channel, please subscribe, give me a like, and leave me a comment. I love hearing from my viewers. And remember, I cover all things nature, from frogs, toads, snakes, and turtles, to myriapoda, insects, trees, wildflowers, and fungi. I cover all the things you might encounter just outside your door. So thanks again for watching this episode of Nature at Your Door.